Charlie and Farley in Don't Hesitate to Escalate. At BNY Mellon, escalation is an important way to deal with things that aren't right or don't seem right. It helps us make sure that our processes are up to date and working properly to support our company, people, and clients. Escalation is a required step in certain scenarios. Let's take a look at Charlie. He just accidentally sent confidential information about one client to another. But rather than ignoring or hiding it, he escalates his mistake to his manager so the company can take steps including notifying internal control functions, regulators, and clients. Farley accidentally types in an extra 0 when he's setting up a fund transfer.
The foam finger helps me type more characters at once.
He later corrects the error but doesn't tell anyone about it because he's afraid he might get in trouble.
No harm, no foul, right? Go team.
But other departments are relying on this data, and his error has created downstream impacts that could have been avoided if he escalated the error.
Whoa, too bad for you guys.
Later, Charlie notices that his new team prints out very long documents when they need to enter data into BNY Mellon's business applications. After they are done, some team members recycle the paper by taking it home so that their kids can draw on it. He thinks there must be a better process than printing and putting sensitive information at risk. His colleagues tell him this is the way they've always done things. He escalates the issue to his manager. Thanks to Charlie's actions, the team received second monitors, so the data entry is easier, more accurate, and more efficient. And sensitive information isn't mishandled. Farley's team hasn't evaluated their practices in quite some time, so they are out of date. But Farley doesn't say anything because he thinks
if it's not broken, why fix it?
He prefers to keep doing things the way they've always been done.
I'm kicking it old school.
Finally, Charlie notices that there is a system outage when he's trying to produce reports. He's tempted to run his reports manually, but knows that he might not be using current data. So he escalates the issue for guidance on how to resolve the problem. Farley is using a system that he knows hasn't worked properly for months.
Don't worry, I work around it.
What Farley doesn't realize is that other departments rely on that same system to do their jobs. Since his workaround doesn't affect him directly, he decides not to speak up about the problem. But the system problems negatively impact other teams who service our clients, which jeopardizes our ability to put our clients first.
I work around it.
Don't be like Farley. At BNY Mellon, we don't hide mistakes or errors, and we speak up when something isn't right or doesn't seem right. Self-identification of issues and risk, compliance, legal, and audit findings help us identify and resolve problems. If you identify an error or mistake, have a concern about an outdated or inappropriate practice, or discover a process breakdown, escalate it by discussing the error, mistake, or concern with your manager so that it can be resolved. If you don't feel comfortable going to your manager, contact the compliance or risk officer or call the ethics helpline or hotline. To learn more, visit Risk and Compliance on MySource.